as we discussed previously in our Prison Shock episode, we discussed that electronic currencies are becoming far more popular these days than tangible currencies. So people are using EFTPOS, credit cards, and just online banking as opposed to actually passing over cash money. I think there was an article discussing that branches, New Zealand's #1 branch these days is actually just the online banking as opposed to like tangible stores, especially in the younger generations. So when we consider this, what we've found research on is that there's $60 trillion that resides in the world at the moment, and $5 trillion of that is cash, which is it's less than 10%. There's this tiny amount of actual cash, tangible cash, that's being traded whilst all this electronic stuff's going on. And the best example of online currency is Bitcoin, which is what we're going to discuss today.
Right, so Bitcoin was invented as a peer-to-peer system for online payments that does not require a trusted central authority. So since its inception in 2008, Bitcoin has grown into a technology, a currency, an investment vehicle, and a community of users. This results in a system where payments are non-refundable, accounts cannot be frozen, and transaction fees are much lower.
So basically it takes away the borders of a normal currency. If you're saying you want to go to America and you have a New Zealand dollar, you have to go through a foreign exchange and you're going to have to change third party to change your things. Whereas Bitcoin has no borders because it's completely online. And on top of that, it's also every Bitcoin is encrypted, and therefore there's no tracking of it, which we've found is one way that almost illegal activities can be purchased and sold for as bitcoins. So if you wanted to buy illicit substance online, you could use bitcoins to do it without being traced, which is why it is used for that purpose as well.
Yep. So from October 2010, the value of Bitcoin was 6 cents of the US dollar for one Bitcoin, and then now in 2013. It was $1,242 US for one Bitcoin, and then now it is $2,300 US to one Bitcoin. So
obviously the business itself is skyrocketing,